quote unquote Karen mentality and other misnomers. So the Karen nomer has been applied to people, mostly white, that, come and approaches someone about something that they have an issue with, right? Um, for whatever reason. Or someone that uses the advantage of, you know, misinterpreting or misrepresenting a situation or spinning a narrative of a situation that's untrue for benefit or just simply for the chagrin of another person. And I think that there's a little bit of a fallacy in the Karen misnomer, because sometimes there are situations where people really need to be called out or addressed on inappropriate behavior or actions. I've seen so many quote unquote Karen videos on TikTok where there may be somebody that's parked in a handicapped space and the person says, hey, you're not handicapped. Why are you parked there? Or a situation where, they see somebody in their neighborhood that they're not accustomed to seeing in the neighborhood and they're like, hey, do you live here? And the person gets mad. Or a situation where there's someone that goes into a store. They get to the store, they see a coupon or a special. The person at the store says, well, I'm sorry that you saw that coupon or special, but we don't have that. So, whatever the price is what you're going to pay. They get labeled a Karen. And I think in the situations that I see, the majority of them, some of them are valid situations where somebody is being abusive or harassing for no other reason, than, to make somebody else uncomfortable, But many of these situations, there's just a situation where someone needs a little, comfort. And with us human, it shouldn't be anything to be like, well, I prefer not to disclose my personal information to you, but I'm here, but to just go off on people, I don't think it's right, and I think that really, you shouldn't be in a handicap parking space if you don't have a handicap tag. You know what I mean? Now, is it that person's responsibility, some onlooker, to go and approach you and accost you about that in this day and time? Absolutely not. You can get shot. You don't know what people are on. You know what I'm saying? It's vicious out there. But, there's nothing technically wrong with you just saying, hey, it's a handicapped spot. Because there are people that are handicapped that genuinely need that spot. And they can't get it because someone else is there. They have to go to the bathroom. Just all kinds of things, And I think that we need to be more considerate of each other. Now, speaking of which, I haven't been to Korea since I was like little, since 6 or 7. Little elementary school age. And I don't recall going to, I may have went for a little bit for Korean school, but not any, my mom ironically dressed us in Korean school clothes to go to American schools, which is a whole other story. But traditional Korean school clothes back in the day, not the stuff you see today. But and we got notes home about that. But anyhow, so everything is not a Karen situation. If there's a situation where you could do better or you can learn from something, do that. Like I said, if a person is not coming to you with hostility, with angst or anger, or threatening you in any way, see what you can get out of it. And also remember, like when I was doing the overcoming sessions, I talked about how I re-showed the poem. What is it? The Cookie Thief. Sometimes it's just a matter of impressions or perceptions. So. The best thing, I think, and nothing's ever absolute, is see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Always assume the best. But when a person, pushes you to show that, hey, they really don't have good intentions, and they make it known, because when they don't, they'll keep going if they think there's not going to be any repercussions. And show those negative intentions. And it is, today, by the way, is the very first day that it's been cold like this out here, where I actually have a sweater on, and I know I'm going for a walk, and I know that I'm not going to break a sweat at all. And I was thinking that I wouldn't need a sweater. I have a short vest sweater under here, and I thought I'd just be able to go with that. And I was even considering wearing flip-flops, but I could have really wore my boots today and been good. But that's it. The Karen mentality, basically, to sum it up, is a misnomer. There are people out there that, they understand what somebody else is wrongdoing, the impact it has on someone else. And they're addressing that person like they're a sane person. Like, hey, you know, this is what's going on here. Can you correct it? And if they don't want to correct it, then, I mean, there's nothing really much else that you can do. But the one thing that you can do, and you don't even have complete control over that, is to manage how you behave, how you interact, and what you do. And that's about it.